Something that not enough people talk about is what happens to boys when they grow up without a father. In the US, 1 out of 4 children are growing up in a home without a father. That's 18 million children. The reason this is really important is because fathers serve as this role model of masculinity for young boys. They model how to control impulses and confront challenges directly. They are typically the first form of validation a boy gets from a man. And this really matters because that's how children learn, through emulation. A boy becomes a man by watching one. So when that role model is missing, young men tend to lack that emotional resilience. They struggle to take criticism or delay gratification and manage frustration in a positive way. So they're a lot more prone to anger issues, to depression and emotional volatility. Without that external male validation, the boys tend to have these higher rates of anxiety and insecurity, and then they pursue male approval by joining gangs or getting super competitive. And some boys, as they grow older, they just become really isolated. These boys are twice as likely to drop out of school and score lower in standardized tests. According to the DOJ, they account for 70% of youth in state correctional institutions and have significantly higher rates of developing addiction. This is all because of 2 reasons: a lack of structure and a lack of self-worth. A mother's love is unconditional, but a father's willingness to stay and raise his children is a choice that ends up defining a boy's sense of self-worth. And the father teaches boundaries and discipline, because while a mother's role is to nurture, to comfort, and meet a child's physical needs, it's really hard to also be a strict disciplinarian. I'm not saying that women can't do it. I'm just saying that it's a lot to ask from a single mom. It's a father's role to shape his character and to create structure. I'm sure many of you have seen these instances where a young boy won't listen to his mother, even though she said something 1,000 times. But if the father walks in, especially the type of father who embodies that role, all he has to do is say it once and the boy falls in line. That's the irreplaceable role of a father, to embody strength that his son then goes on to emulate. Without this inner strength, without character, without self-worth, without a positive masculine identity, the boys turn into these lost men who, at their best, struggle to form healthy partnerships with their wives, but at their worst, fall into a life of crime or turn to addiction as a coping mechanism. It's really sad because a fatherless boy spends the rest of his life trying to fill the void of never being enough for his father to stay.